So what's good, sir?
Man, I'm excellent, man.
That's
I'm
good.
getting to do what I love. So
I hear that. Yeah, I'm really glad that you sat down with us, man. And
well, I promised you I would.
Yeah.
And this nigga made me keep my promise too.
Yeah,
You remember you said you would.
Yep. So I've had the pleasure of watching your stand-up on several occasions. Each time you come with it. And you always have me dying laughing. Doing comedy for as long as you have done, what keeps you performing at this top tier level?
I think you gotta love what you do, right? A shark ain't a shark unless he swim. A bird ain't a bird unless he fly. And a comic ain't a comic unless he tells jokes. I think that there's a certain, like I think that a lot of people, and this is not, this is irrespective of process. A lot of people think that once you have done a thing, you are it.
Right.
You're not a thing. You're only a thing if you keep doing it. And I think a lot of people will arrive at a certain place and they'll say, I don't want to do it anymore. It's almost like you can't get in shape one time. Once you're in shape, if you want to be in shape, you have to stay there.
Exactly.
You don't just get in shape. It's not a goal, it's a journey. And so I love doing stand-up. It's an ever-evolving thing. Everything, every day, every performance, every opportunity to take a microphone is its own chance to kind of reaffirm your love and your dedication to your craft.
No doubt, no doubt. I read somewhere where you were involved with, like as a kid, as a teen, with with gangs. You were kicked out of high school.
Right.
Eventually got
So
your
this is
diddy.
already starting off fucked up, but you all right?
No. I'm just saying though. I'm just, the main thing is, the story, but from LA Times to comedy, how did that happen?
I think that somebody said something. This cat named his name is Mark Jones. He's a guy I talk to whenever I'm kind of searching for things, and he says something that I believe to be true. Whatever you're looking for is looking for you. I think that when you're a young man and you grow up and it's not just LA. I think it's the inner cities all over the country where young boys want to find somewhere to be.
Right.
They want to find some level of acceptance, and generally, the level of acceptance comes from people who are doing dirty shit, and so that's what you assimilate to. But I wouldn't trade those experiences. I don't glorify them because I don't think that they were necessarily things to be proud of.
Right.
They don't make me ashamed, but because I was a product of what I was seeing, and I wouldn't trade the things that it gave me from a positive perspective. What it gave me is a clear line of sight. I knew what the rules were, and the same rules then apply now. So
Right.
I think it was a proving ground for me.
But yeah, I got that. But like, how did the comedy happen? Like, what got you into comedy exactly?
I wasn't smart. I wasn't an athlete. I wasn't a hustler. Mm-hmm. If I wanted attention, I had to do things to get attention. The only thing I could do is make people laugh.
Gotcha. All right, so like watching you perform, it's clear that you like to mix it up. But it seems to me like you really enjoy and maybe possibly prefer doing the crowd work more. Is that true?
No, I don't. But I think that it's all one thing to me. I love being on stage. I love jazz. A certain amount of jazz is impromptu, and so there's an element of that too. But I think that in a lot of ways I've been enslaved by my past. Like people think that I'm going to do it, and so I almost feel compelled to. I feel like it's an obligatory thing. I gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
But it's I don't love it any more than and I really don't like it now because everybody seems to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's what it seems like now. And I got you,
Brian. So why they loud out there, man? They loud. They too loud. So I think now it's more. You give the people something you think they come to expect, like people buy front row tickets because they think that they're gonna be part of the show. So
right.
It's more. I don't dislike it, but it's not what I'd rather do the shit that I wrote. Okay. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
People, you got to give people. It's give and take. They come to see me and they get something they like, and I get something I like.
Gotcha. So, what comedian or comedians inspired you?
My inspiration for comedy is Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
So I think that he was so timeless that you could put on a Marvin Gaye album or a Marvin Gaye song, and you would hear exactly what was going on in the world around him. I think when an artist does it best, he's a camera, and the pictures are of what he's seeing right now. And sometimes those pictures are so indelible, they travel with you. I think that people are most of us have a few great days, a whole lot of shitty days, and even more days you'll never remember. And so I think that artists are like that too. I think that Marvin Gaye was able, my children's children will be able to listen to him and see, he was so vivid, he was so impactful, he so imbued himself in our psyche that we could see him. That we automatically, you could close your eyes and he painted pictures that were so vivid that it was unassailable. You could see what he was seeing, and that's the way I've tried to approach it.
I got you. Yeah. So how did you become down with the kings of comedy? Like, I think
it was 4 dudes who were doing things all over the country at one time, and it was kismet. It was we were as close to the Negro League were in baseball. Like, we were this thing that only we knew about. It's not no different than Tyler Perry or Master P, all these guys who were phenomenons that culturally we knew, but we were introduced to the world through a cultural perspective. So we were just very fortunate to be in a place and a time and to be amenable to it, to be receptive to it. One of the things I missed, because I don't remember a lot about, like, it's not what, the Kings of Comedy is not something I think about all the time, but it was so indelible to people that invariably it comes up all the time.
Yeah.
It's like all those trophies you keep in your case and you don't remember when you won and all that kind of stuff, but you just go back to it. But I can say that it was 4 men who were of a like mind with a level of mutual respect and a respect for our audience, and we did something spectacular.
Definitely. I remember it. It was definitely a very successful comedy tour. Sure. Who actually determined who was going to headline each show during that tour?
I couldn't even remember that, man.
You can't.
But I know that it was one of the rare times in an industry when people were people believe that there isn't amount in any environment that has a level of competitiveness. We were in a rare position where there was so much love, admiration, and deep respect that none of those things came up. Now, subsequently, I've had arguments with people about who goes, some of them have been high profile and who goes last and who's the headliner, but that never was the case with that particular endeavor.
Gotcha.
There was never a time when I was even aware of that there was.
So it just flowed.
It
just happened. That's dope. I always ask comedians whenever I have the opportunity like this, who would you consider your all-time GOAT comedians? Now see, I think I loved George Carlin. I loved Richard Pryor. I loved Robin Harris. I loved a cat named Ricky Harris. There are 12 comics I pay to see right now. But I think for me, obviously I believe that, like a lot of people believe, that Richard Pryor was the best. But the comic I believe that made it possible for me to see a world where I could actually find a pathway to my artistic vantage point was Robin Harris. Robin Harris. Did you actually work with him?
I did.
Yeah.
We were not friends at all. He despised me and I despised him too.
What do you mean?
He didn't like me because he thought that I was young and that I would have opportunities that he didn't necessarily have. And I was determined not to be bullied. And toward the last part of his life, the last 3 months of his life, we got very close. As a matter of fact, if you listen to Bebe's Kids, I was the one who introduced him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it was just happenstance. So when he passed, I was just sad because we were developing in a relationship that was, and this is me and him. I can't speak with him, obviously he's not here, but I was so determined to have a certain mindset, and maybe he was too, and it denied 2 men who loved a thing to have a richer, deeper, more substantive conversation. Because to me, it's all about being able to pass on what you do. A gift ain't a gift unless you keep giving it. And I just felt that we had so much more to give to one another. Mm-hmm. And because of where our mindsets was, we didn't do it. And so to me, that's the saddest thing. But I wish that for my part, I hadn't been so staunchly determined to take a stand that in the end wasn't necessary.
Right, okay. I got you. There are a lot of young comedians out there right now who are getting into the comedy game through social media. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that however you come is how you come.
How you come? Because you hear some comedians talking like they feel like you have to come through some sort of initiation I think or something like that. Thing. Yeah.
I think whatever way you get here is why you get here.
I got you.
I think that there were people that were from the radio, like all we had was radio before, and then there were some people that got into movies, and then people got into TV, and now people are in social media.
Right.
You have to be accepting of the fact that the art form will grow and do what it does, and if you love the art form, you have to accept the pathways it takes.
Yeah.
You know, one thing about water, just like talent, it's insistent. It'll go where it goes. The most transformative force on the face of the earth is water, even if it feels like it ain't moving there. And I think talent and a love of art is the same way.
I mean, you're definitely a king of comedy. Do you ever sit back and check out some of these younger comedians that's on the internet and or whoever?
You know what? It's almost like anything else. I find things like cream rises to the top. The talent will out. It will find a way to reach you. And I've seen so many people just by accident.
Gotcha, yeah.
Like I'll just be on a page and something is in my algorithm. And what I do is if I like something, I'm gonna push it out.
Yeah.
You'll see it on my page. I got a young dude I'm working with right now. This kid is a young kid and he's writing my special. I've written 11 of them.
Wow.
And now I got a young kid.
He's actually writing it.
Who's telling me what the fuck to do. And it's the most it is the most interesting thing because you can't know all the answers. Right. And you have to be willing. I don't care how great Kobe was. I don't care how great Michael Jordan was. Until they had somebody they could listen to that had a different vantage point than they did, they couldn't be great. Right. And I still want to do a thing. I want to challenge myself to do something I've never done before. And the only way you can do that is to have a fresh set of eyes. And the only way you can have that is if you respect the person that's doing it for you. So definitely, yeah. I don't necessarily like that I have to, when you're older, you want to believe you have all the answers. Yeah. But the minute you do, you have none. Right.
That's true. Facts. Now, are you familiar with Mojo Brooks? I think the dude is hilarious.
I do too.
And one thing that we actually, seen him perform, and I noticed that his performance, a lot of it has to deal with crowd work. I kind of feel like he may have gotten it, some of that from you. You know what I mean?
Here's what I will say. When you're younger, you do the easiest thing. And the easiest thing, it's a level of this. Being a bright mind and a curious mind and being able to be in the moment is an art form. Crafting that art form to a repeatable product is harder. So I think in the end, people want to pay. Who sells more chicken than anybody in the world? McDonald's. You know why? Because it is a thing that they were so consistent with that you bought everything else they did. And I think that there's a level of consistency that a performer has had. Yeah. And so I think that crowd work, although it's brilliant and I think it's virtuoso, but it has to, eventually it's going to have to land in a set.
It's got to be worked into the set.
It's got to be, you could have a great meal, but if you don't, it's like the proverbial Chinese meal. You could have a great Chinese meal, but you don't remember what you had. And what's the point of it?
Gotcha. Yeah. So throughout your career, you have done a lot of, and you're basically still doing a lot right now, like radio personality, TV host, comedian, actor, author, political commentator. If for whatever reason you could no longer do any of those things again.
Why wouldn't I be able to? Well, here's the thing. It's almost like, it's almost like a meal at Taco Bell. It's all the same ingredients, just folded a different way.
Gotcha.
A taco's an enchilada, enchilada's a nacho, nacho's a burrito. It's all the same ingredients, you just folded. And I think talent is that way. Talent is it's like a source. Mm-hmm. So if you had a water source, right? Some of you can use that water to wash your clothes. You could use it to take a shower. You could use it to cook with. Same source, different uses. So there would never be a reason, unless I was not in my right mind, where I couldn't access that source to avail it to do something that I do.
Gotcha.
So books, radio, stand-up, whatever it is the same source, and I'm the source, and it just has different spigots, just different applications, just different routes it takes, the same thing.
I got you. But is there something that you love more than the others, though?
What I love more than anything else is being exactly who I am.
Exactly who you are.
So whatever amplification mechanism that uses is what it is.
Okay, yeah. So you're really into politics.
I'm not actually.
You're not?
I've always been exactly. See, here's the thing. Everything I'm saying, I've said. Mm-hmm. I think now politics is morphed into pop culture.
That's
too
true.
big. So it's the way that people access it that's different.
Yeah.
Like nobody cared about politics. But the two biggest political figures on the face of the earth are Donald Trump and Barack Obama. Mm-hmm. But they're all pop figures.
Yeah.
How the fuck a president or a political figure has more Twitter followers or more social media followers than anybody in the world?
That's true.
But they do because of the way we access them, the way we see them.
And you think that has a lot to do with like social media that has caused that?
It's just an amplification system. It's like for the first time, everybody can pick something up and see whatever they want to. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes what you see are those men.
Yeah. You be on a lot of stuff. You be, I follow you on Instagram, but what are your thoughts on Marjorie Taylor Greene's claim that she's going to retire or resign from from Congress next year?
It's an age-old mechanism. Rats leave a sinking ship, don't they?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
So I think she's doing what everything does when it seeks to survive. When something is trying to survive, I don't care. There are 28 species that disappear from the face of the earth every single day. Mm-hmm. Animals, plants, insects, birds. 26 species every single day that will never be here again. And the species that learn how to adapt and survive and to move on. Like at one point, the dinosaur was the most powerful force we'd ever seen before. Mm. And now you got to see it in a museum. Yep. And it couldn't make an adjustment. And so I think that the things, if you want to live, you got to go where life happens. And I think she's doing nothing more than anything Who Wants to Survive does.
I got you. And what do you think about Jasmine Crockett's, her chances at becoming a U.S. Senator for
I think
Texas?
that her chances are no different than black people's chances to be free one day. Do you know how daunting a task it was to believe that we could actually not be slaves? So I think that we have to envision a world, or she has to envision a world. Mm-hmm. And I love her and I talk to her all the time. It'll be up to the people that she can inspire. I think she's an indomitable force.
I agree.
I think that she's bright. I think she's talented. And I think, but we live in a world where bright, talented black women all the time are discounted.
Yeah.
So she'll have to navigate that space. We live in a world where right now in this country, there's never been a black female executive of a state. Mm. There's never been a black female governor.
Yep.
But in a world we live in right now, there are 7 black women who are now running for Senate seats in everywhere from Mississippi to Texas to Oklahoma to Illinois. And I think that one of the things that those women are doing that I really find amazing is at a time when everybody else is hopeless, everybody else is in despair, everybody else is stagnant, everybody else, those women are running into the fire.
Exactly. Shows you exactly how strong they are.
Or how foolish they are, I don't know. But you know what the old people say, we'll know directly.
Yeah. Did you see Trump's coin toss at the Army-Navy game yesterday? What was that?
I think it is. You know what makes me the happiest about what's happening right now?
What's that?
Because if people were telling you that this would happen.
Yeah.
But absent it happening, they would have never believed it. And America's getting ready to see that being white ain't enough.
Yeah.
They just thought, and I think that what happened to Kamala was, they thought, well, if a white man does it, it'll be better.
Yeah.
There are men, black men and brown men, and black men and black and brown women, they believe that a white man is superior in some way. They do.
They're mentally conditioned to think that way.
They are.
Yeah.
But it ain't enough. When I would always hear these people that say, well, I just want somebody that's qualified. Qualified don't mean white.
Right. Exactly.
Qualified means qualified.
Absolutely.
But we have, I blame, like even now what's happening now, it isn't the people that voted for him or wanted this or the people that voted against it. It's the people who sat home and said that nothing would be different. Mm-hmm. And now those very people are the people who are the most impacted.
Absolutely.
So the one thing I know for sure, if you look at what's happening in America right now, the most expensive product that we have is beef right now, right? Mm-hmm. Beef is wealth. You know, people eat beef. That's a status symbol. Mm-hmm. It's such a status symbol that everybody wanted beef because rich Americans had it.
Right.
But if you tell them motherfuckers to eat turkey instead of beef, the irony of America is they want a country that they had to themselves. But every black and brown person you see here, every yellow person, every person who isn't a single white man, is a testament to their laziness. The only reason we're here is that they couldn't do or wouldn't do a thing. Mm-hmm. We remind them of who they are and their moral and mental and physical failings. We are only here because like when people say, well, my father built this country. No, your father supervised. Your father had a clipboard, mine had a shovel.
Exactly, and a pick. And
so I think that it is interesting because now this is, what did they say when an irresistible force meets an immovable object? One is the idea of America and it's butting against the reality of it. Mm.
Yep. Let me ask you this real quick. Have you had a chance to catch the Diddy documentary?
I did.
You watched every episode?
And I didn't want to.
What were your thoughts? Okay, well, why didn't you want to?
Because although I think Diddy did horrible things, I just can't stand that another black man gleefully is gleeful about it.
I totally agree with you on that.
Now that doesn't mean, and because of what I do for a living, obviously it's voyeuristic. You know, they say if you want help, never your help, your fire, because we'll run to a spectacle before we'll run to help. And so there's an element of that. But I am informed and saddened by the fact that a man is so gleeful about another man's demise.
Yeah.
To me, it's unsavory. But it doesn't mean, what I will say is, for all that being said, it was a well done documentary.
It was well done. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's well done. I'm not saying it's truthful.
Right, exactly. The way it was done. Yeah, I've heard that. I haven't had the opportunity to take a look at it yet. But for the most part, I wasn't even sure I even wanted to watch it the way it has been done. Because it's the thing, people can say whatever they want to say. You got beef with this person. It's just like, you know what I mean? Your enemy is producing something and the narrative, and that's what Marlon was saying. Everybody's going along with the narrative.
I'll say this about Marlon Wayans. He's one of my favorite human beings.
Okay.
He is.
Yeah.
Generally, in my experience, if Marlon Wayans is with it, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Like, even if he's wrong, I'm gonna be with that nigga.
Okay.
But his point generally was the same thing. There has to be an element of humanity and grace.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that what Puffy did was an example of what happens to people when they're afforded the worst of their inclinations. Mm-hmm. There's no assailing that. Mm-hmm. I don't need another man to be happy that happened.
Right.
History has told me that.
Yeah, exactly. But I get what you're saying. But also, okay, he was acquitted for the RICO or all those other charges. So he's in jail right now for serving 4 years for prostitution.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I think he did it, but he wasn't on trial for beating a woman.
Exactly.
He was, but they took him to trial and they had to get him for something. I think Bill Cosby did it, but he wasn't in jail for what he did. I think that he, according to the laws of this land, he should have been acquitted because, and that's why I think a appeal court overturned it.
Yeah.
You can't tell a man, tell me everything you did and you're not gonna go to jail.
And then
everything, just like Puppy. I hate that all these people now have all these stories. If you have seen all these things and you now are talking about it,
exactly.
You're not a witness, you're an accomplice.
Exactly. And everybody got a story now.
When it's safe or when he doesn't suit their purposes.
Right. Yeah.
But he was he did.
We know he done some things. We know that.
Not some. He did. He
did a lot of shit.
Listen, I am not an angel, and I won't pretend like I am.
Right.
And so I recognize myself and a lot of human beings in that whole dilemma. Mm-hmm. My only point is I think the justice system was going to get it. It was the Mann Act.
Yeah, the Mann Act.
Like taking a woman across the state lines for purposes of sex. Nigga, that's the anniversary. Tell a woman that for your anniversary you're gonna stay home and see it happen.
Exactly.
We're gonna have to fuck in the bedroom, baby, because I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me ask you this real quick. Aside from getting bread, what's the most rewarding thing you get from performing on stage each week?
I think that this is probably. I think this is the difference between a lot of male performers and a lot of female performers. Like I think female comics or female artists are just as talented and indelible, but we have an inherent thing that they don't. Mm-hmm. We are allowed to be selfish. Like, my father was dying, I was on stage. My children were being born, I was on stage. Mm-hmm. My mother is going through dementia, I'm on stage. What women don't do, what society don't do, they're taught that they got to go take care of that. They got to put everything in some bag. There's an inherent level of selflessness that men get to access that women don't. Mm-hmm. You fuck around and let your baby be sick and you be on stage and see what people think of you. Mm-hmm. But me, that's what a man got to do. So I think there's an unfair. The one thing about what I get to do is I get to be paid to be selfish.
I got you. All right. So regarding your career, if you had to do it all over again, do you think you would have done anything different regarding your entire career?
Well, that's such a. You know what I'd have done different? I would have. Hang on a minute. Y'all got to stop acting like we're not in here talking.
Okay.
What I would do differently is to take time to notice it. You know when they talk about I'm on the grind, what grinding means, that's the thing you're dedicated to, and I don't notice anything else. Mm-hmm. My kids were grown. I looked up. My kids were grown. I was able to do whatever I wanted to do. I don't remember any of them. Yeah. And I just remember the next thing. And I think that the saddest thing that there are no markers. I literally did. There's a reason that they say take time to smell the roses. I didn't.
You didn't.
And I'm a 60-year-old man in the back half of my life, and I don't remember 90% of it.
Yeah. I feel.
So I would never. That would be the thing I'd do over. But it's no point. Like I can't even tell you that I was ever. I don't know that I've ever consciously known what happiness is. Like it's such an abstract concept to me. Mm-hmm. And to tell you the truth, I never thought about it. When you get older and things happen to you, you start thinking about it.
That's when you start thinking about it, yeah. Well, bro, I'll tell you, it's been real, Thanks, Mr. Hughley. It's definitely been real. Thank you for everything and linking up with us, giving me the opportunity to sit down and talk to you.
Thank you, man.
Seriously. And I'm definitely a fan, you know what I'm saying? I've followed your career from the early 90s up until today, and every time you come to Charlotte.
Don't make me feel no older than I am, goddammit.
Hey, I'm not far from you, bro. But seriously, I'm serious. Every time you come into town, we try to show up and see you because, we appreciate everything that you do.
You know what's happening now that's so funny? It's like anything else. When stuff is tight, and stuff is really tight right now, people buy what they need.
Yeah.
You cut things to the bare essentials. Mm-hmm. You don't go places you ain't supposed to go. You don't eat things you ain't supposed to eat. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that enough people find what I do necessary. And in a time when people are holding on to pennies and holding it and making sure that they make wise decisions, I'm a thing they decide to invest in.
Exactly.
That makes me happy.
Yeah. Well, that's what's up. All right. One love, brother.
Work, boy. Thank you, man.
All right.
Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my. Yeah.